All right, we are live. The Tri-State Boys, Philly, Jersey, New York. Well, really Georgia, but you get the picture. This is the Tri-State Boys. This is John Bat 426, known as the Great Expanse by John Bat 426 on YouTube, and from the Garden State.
That's me, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be you.
Speedster's here. What's up, right? My bad.
It's all
How
good.
you doing,
Ultimate
guys?
Speedster, chilling, and from the Empire State, the Big Apple.
Yep, I'm here. Jada got. Yep, in the building.
Right. Or as his fellow Queens rapper Nas said, the rotten apple. But anyway, no, we're not going to.
Oh my god.
He did say that. He said,
Yeah.
something with a rotten apple, you get tackled or hassled or something. All right. So we are here to talk about Invincible season 4. I think it started off with a bang with the first episode of
Yep.
making the world a better place. I think Jada Guy gave it an A plus. I gave it an A. Speedster gave it A minus. I think he originally said B plus, right?
Yeah, I did B plus, and then I talked with you, and then you and Jay, and y'all made it go to like A minus.
Oh man, see how influential we are. But anyway, all right. Let's change that. There we go. Now we are side by side. I wish they could all be the same size, but it don't matter. So now I was told before I even watched this episode, Jada God said himself, he said, "This is my favorite episode." Now, I don't you didn't watch it with us, Jay, did you?
No.
Right.
Well, I had seen it with Speed and Qui Gon. I didn't see it. So.
Okay, yeah. So I was late to the party, ladies and gentlemen. So they already seen it, but Jay told me in advance this was his favorite episode. Our homie from Chicago, Qui-Gon, he said that was his favorite episode. So then I had to sit down and watch this bad boy for myself. Now, one thing I noticed, no Invincible, no Adam Eve, no Cecil, no Earth. There is no Earth in this episode. We are all the way out in the far reaches of space. I don't think we're at Viltrum. What planet were they at?
The coalition of planets.
Okay,
They're on the ship flying there to the coalition. Coalition, the headquarters of the army they're trying to build.
right, the anti-Viltrumite task force. No, I mean that's not what they're really called, but they're called the coalition of planets. Basically, they're the galaxy's, I guess, first line of defense against the Viltrum Empire and the spread of the Viltrumites. But we start this episode with the backstory. All right. Now, when I was watching it with Speedster, I was like, we see a young Viltrumite. He has, I think, about 4 or 5 kids in a parade line in front of him. I said to Speed while we're watching, I said, yo, and Speed was quiet. He was conveniently quiet, conveniently quiet, not making a peep. I'm like, yo, this dude looks too much like Mark Grayson. I was like, is this the future? I was like, is this one of Angstrom Levy's alternate dimensions? But it turned out to be none other than a young Omni-Man. So I'm like, oh, that's who it is. We're getting backstory on the Menace himself. You want to go from here, Speed?
Yeah, so we get an introduction of young Nolan or Omni Man, and he's talking to these children. It's like a little, I want to say a test, a bit of a test, but it's just going over for the viewer of the origin or the origin of Viltrum, you know what I mean, and the people they idolize and their leadership. So it talks about Argol, the people they stand, the statue that they're standing in front of,
Right.
and it's like 5 kids lined up, right? They each have to explain what he did, how he died, and what his death brought about to the world, right? And this one girl couldn't come up with an answer.
Little
right?
black
She was
girl, too.
hesitant. Yeah, she was hesitant on her answer. So Nolan grabs her by the head
Gave her the iron
Right.
claw, like the Von Erichs.
and told her to think carefully about her next words. She came up with the right answer, and then he let her head go.
Right.
And
He
then
said, you know what happens with failure.
Yeah. And then from that point on, everybody like passed, and he told them to get ready for their day tomorrow because 2 of them will at least die tomorrow, right? Give them
Crazy
their
work.
homework.
Crazy
Yeah, they're
work.
kids. They like they're no more than like 3rd grade, mind you. They like 3rd graders.
Yeah, these little kids.
So it goes on from there, and then Jay, you know the next part?
After the little girl told the answer,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it cut to Nolan, but we didn't know at the time, but it cut to him doing the ritual with his parents, I believe.
And what was that? What did that ritual consist of?
Him getting effed up. It was like he was getting jumped in almost like it was a gang. Like he's getting jumped in, but it was kind of crazy to see like the parallel because that was pretty much what he did to Mark, um, which is kind of what at the time we didn't know why he like flew away with a tear, but now we see that he flew away with a tear because he that was pretty much the ritual that was done to him.
Wait. Are you talking about?
Season one.
Are you talking about the finale when he flew away from Earth?
Yeah. In the first season, when he pretty much messed up Chicago, his him in his fight with a Mark.
Okay. So you're drawing
think Mark.
Okay,
And then,
so you're drawing the parallel between the finale and his backstory.
yeah.
Interesting. Continue. Continue.
But so he does the ritual, and then you kind of see like the how his mom was like the polar opposite to what Debbie was to Mark.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, like she was completely cold hearted. She wanted to keep going. She was gonna kill him.
Yeah. On his day of adulthood.
Yeah. Yeah. If it wasn't for his father, he probably would have died. But then after that, they were like in like a hangar getting I forgot who the black guy was. He was like a general or something.
Yeah, it's like barracks almost.
Yeah. And then he was like, "All right, you guys pretty much went to y'all test today. Yo, everybody here full of dope now."
Right.
And then one guy started coughing, and he was like, "What? You can get punched enough or something?"
Right.
Yeah. And then somebody else passed out, and then he was like, "Wait, what's going on?"
Right.
And then you pretty much find out that it was like a plague going on. Everybody's getting sick.
Right. Viltrumites. Exactly.
Yeah. And the key part, it was only them. So then they started turning on the other. I forgot what the other alien species that was there. But they started turning on them because only the Viltrumites were getting sick. So they thought it was them that did the poison.
I don't know if they thought they did it, but I think they did. They had the steroided up grimaces kill the servant class because I don't think they wanted to look weak in front of them. That's what I took from it. Speed, what do you think about that?
I think they did suspect them because they had no origin where it came from, and since they didn't know where it originally came from or who made it, and they know they enslaved a whole bunch of people, their first assumption is the people that we enslaved are the ones that made it. So, in the sense of that being done, they quarantined people and decided to kill everybody that was not Viltrumite off the way.
Right.
I think they did suspect it was one of them aliens. Yeah. But also not looking weak.
But I don't really. I think it was more of them not looking weak in front of them, like them purple people. Like I don't really think they thought they did it. Like in order to create a biological weapon, that's basically what it was. Because it looked like an asteroid, I think, if I remember correctly. It looked like an asteroid that was coming towards, Viltrum, and it burned through the atmosphere. Then it turned into like this multi-angled object or something. You know what I mean? I'm laughing because I can hear Jay mashing the buttons in the back. so then it started like spreading all over the place. It looked like a ship though, and then we saw like these like this green gas sort of like rise into the atmosphere. So I think the Viltrumites knew that this had to be a sophisticated, coordinated attack. So I don't know if they even held the purple people in that high of a regard to know how to construct a biological weapon that would specifically target just Viltrumite DNA. That's why I don't know if they thought the purple people did it or not.
The reason I said I think it's honestly both because because later on they basically just say we still have no point of origin where this came from.
Yeah. Now, mind you, I'm watching it, okay, and I'm not a fan of the Viltrumites. Based on Nolan's backstory, I'm like, his parents are garbage. The Viltrum society is garbage. the hierarchy of Viltrum is garbage. So, mind you, from this plague, billions of billions of Viltrumites are dead. So it's just like mountains of white-clad Viltrumites just dead. And he got sick. Nolan got sick as well, but somehow he survived. I don't know how. But was that his mom that was on the very next table?
Yeah.
The thing is, they had different colored hair. People are suspecting that was the mom, but the mom had like gray hair. The lady next to him had like ginger hair. So I don't think it was the mom. I think it was just another Viltrumite that he saw, just didn't make it. I mean, a lot of people correlated with the mother.
I mean, she was an older woman, so like.
Yeah, I was assuming that it was the mom because they kind of like did like a close up. So I was like, I don't know why they would do a close up to like that specific one if it wasn't.
So even with the Viltrumites, as like powerful as they are, they live for thousands of years, probably millions. You know what I mean? But you can see that it's almost like a natural selection. Like for some reason, Nolan survived the plague, but other people didn't, which was weird. So as soon as Nolan got sick, I said, okay, they must going to put him in quarantine or like send him to another world, another planet or something. But no, he just got up and was good and brushed himself off and started loading bodies onto whatever it was. And he even loaded his father on there. Like Nolan had to load his dead father's husky body into the pile of dead people. So then we see that all these Viltrumites are loaded onto this big old cargo ship, and they are just dumped into the atmosphere around Viltrum. And that is literally the ring around Viltrum. Dead Viltrumites.
That was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And the numbers that they described when Kruger was talking to the Grand Regent, he asked the number. Kruger like, I don't even want to tell you the number. He was like, don't make me ask twice.
Yeah,
billions upon billions.
So they lost count basically.
Yes, it's in the billions. Legit, only 50 were left. Around 50.
Right.
Over billions of them that lived, and then, like you said, it's just a literal ring around. It was an extinction level event.
Yes,
basically, which
right,
mind blowing.
And at the end of this, backstory, they still never find out who was responsible for this. The Viltrumites, they have no clue who did this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And going back to the to Nolan's his little platoon, the kids or whatever. He said, what happened to Argol? That was the question, I believe, right? He said, we only made this one statue to Argol, the emperor, basically. And she said that he was killed by the betrayer. All right. Okay, now, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but as soon as I heard betrayer, I immediately thought about Peter Cullen, because he is a much older Viltrumite. Now, he's the leader of the Coalition of Planets. And in season 2, okay, I thought he was the one that betrayed Alan the alien, because he's the one that like walked up to him when he's like in recovery and was like, I'm sorry, Alan. So from the gate, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, hold up. He took his beard off, and I said, oh, this boy a Viltrumite. So later in the episode, when Alan's lover, the blue girl, was like, you are a Viltrumite. I was like, wait, how did she know? Because I thought he was hiding that from everybody in the Coalition.
Yeah. it was a mind blowing event for like that was all the way back in season 2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very a lot of people didn't know because they'll look at him sideways. So people that he really, really trusts only have access to the information. So I honestly think it's probably like no more than maybe the close-up science. I don't even know if the close scientists even know. But obviously the girl, Alan, and then Omni-Man.
Yeah. So
because people will freak out if
yeah.
They know he was one of them.
All right, so wild theory. Could Peter Cullen actually be Argol? And he just fed them. He just fed them the story that the betrayer killed him.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
no.
I don't think so either.
Okay, because nobody knows who the betrayer is except Omni-Man, because he revealed that it was him. He basically said it was him.
I honestly think that skull that we see in the trailers that he Thrag be carrying around, I think that's Argol's head.
Okay,
I think that's one of the people he idolizes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what makes sense to me. Like why he carried around this skull, because that's what I've been trying to think about for the longest until like episode 2. And I'm like, oh, that's probably old boy's head. Like it'll make sense because people idolize him till this day. And now what he said at the end, like, it just his death made their motive go stronger. Yeah, it made him angrier.
Because like whenever I see that imagery, you know, somebody carrying around a skull, I immediately think of Hamlet. I don't know if any of you have read Hamlet or whatever, but in the very beginning of the play, it's almost an iconic thing or whatever. It's like, I think Hamlet is in the cemetery and it's like a court jester, you know what I mean? And he's like playing with the skull and talking to it. And you also see this reflected in Empire Strikes Back. I know you got an ask for a history lesson, but there's a scene in Empire Strikes Back where Chewbacca has C-3PO's head in his hands, and that also harkens back to that scene from Hamlet. So I guess you're right, Speed, that's his way of paying continuous tribute to Argol or whatever, or I don't know, his undying loyalty or what. I don't know.
Yeah, like that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Like, why would he just carry around this skull? And I honestly think after that information, that's him, because he was like their number one guy, their idol in a sense. You know what I mean? And I just go ahead.
No, you go.
And I honestly think everything he said was the truth. That I don't think he was lying that he was Argol and stuff like that. I honestly think that he was trying to change their ways. And it just didn't honestly work the way he wanted to, and he's honestly just trying to make right.
Right, but
I don't think he had any ill intentions. I think he honestly wants them to.
Wait, Thetis didn't have. Wait, you don't think Thetis had bad intentions?
No, I think other than like trying to take out the Viltrumites, I don't think he has any.
Wiping out a species is bad. It's bad intentions.
No. I mean, in a sense of like them trying to. Could you think also he's trying to double cross? Because you remember they said he also have a spy inside the coalition.
And I think it's him, right? Is it him?
Yeah, no. I don't think he's the spy. That's what I mean. Like you think he's the spy. I don't think he's the spy. I think he's honestly want to stop the Viltrumites. Because the spy, you're trying to do the opposite of that.
Okay, I mean, because somebody set up Alan the Alien, and I thought it was Peter Cullen in season 2.
He got set up. Yeah, that's why they fought him, right?
Yeah, like he got like met by like 3 Viltrumites, and they just like tore his body apart.
I mean, because I honestly don't. No, I don't see it being him because of that backstory. Him. No, it's because of the Scourge virus and everything he's been trying to do for so long. Like while he fights so much for Viltrum, while he fight against Viltrum so much is to help him out at the very end. It wouldn't make sense to me, especially after wiping out so many people.
I mean, because the Viltrumites don't die, so they can afford to play the long game with these, shorter-lived species like us. So I don't know, but all I know is he knew about the attack on Alan. I mean, maybe. I still don't know what happened to make Alan like suddenly like Scott Steiner all of a sudden, because like he grew, like you know what I mean, Jake? Like he grew significantly, got more powerful. He had like muscles bulging, like. I'm still trying to figure out how that came about.
I think it was because of the incubator or something they put him in.
Man,
I remember after that they put him in like incubator.
What'd you say, Jay?
I was saying maybe like on some Goku Vegeta, like because wasn't he almost like on the brink of death?
Yeah, and they put him into like this incubator thing, and then he got out of it and he was buff.
Hey, you might as well kill everybody. Kill everybody on the team. Man, I'll just hand guns out. Hey, shoot yourselves in the head, but make sure you fall into this incubator. No, but seriously. So from there, we're the scene changes to Blue Girl. I don't remember her name. Alan and Omni-Man, and I think they made it with Thetis, and Thetis says that I guess he authorized the mission for them to go out and search for these weapons that can destroy the Viltrumites, I believe, according to his books.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they basically just said Nolan's with us. He's a Viltrumite. He has stuff that we can find useful. And you're like, okay, go ahead. And then that's when they got the ship, like the Star Trek inspired ship, and start traveling across the galaxy to find stuff that would help take them out.
Right, because Nolan was like, "Oh, I didn't join your cause." He's like,
"Yeah, he's still resistant."
Yeah, he's like, "I'm not gonna help y'all destroy the Viltrumites." He said, but I forgot what his rationale was, but he said I'm not fighting against them. He said, but I won't like obstruct you guys from finding ways to help defend yourselves. And I think it's primarily to defend Mark on planet Earth. That's what I think his primary thrust is for helping the coalition. I don't think he cares about these other planets personally.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think he's honestly conflicted within himself because that's still his people.
Yeah,
you know, but so he don't want to fully turn on them, but he know they're doing terrible acts. That's why, like, we'll just say, like, one of the planets he visited was full of these little cockroach like bugs, right? Or these beetles.
The Thraxian or the Beatles?
Not the beetles.
Okay, Beatles.
Yeah, you remember, like he went with Alan to go get these beetles, and he Nolan's talked about him basically scorching the entire planet, killing them all. But he said, "I guess I missed a few." So he has a soft spot for life, it seems. Instead of just being hell bent like other Viltrumites on just killing everything without any remorse. So I think he does care to an extent. It just his mindset and how he was grew up on Viltrum is trying to fight so hard against that. So it kind of conflicted within itself.
In that season 1 finale, it didn't look like he cared about life at all.
Yeah, because he resorted back, but at the same time, it's like he saved so many people. He saved more than what he had to. You know what I mean? So it's like, why do this? Why do that? You know what I mean? And why save people on that bug planet? You know what I mean? It's like him saving a lot of lives even though he didn't need to. Even the bugs, for example, on that planet, he saved those bugs on purpose. I guess I missed a few in that facial expression. Like he knew what he did.
Oh, okay. I thought he honestly missed a few. Like I just thought they were buried underground and he just missed them.
Nah. He's thorough.
Now he said that they produce a compound that can be used as a poison, right? The big
that
beetles
makes them acceptable to physical injuries. So he says to Alan, find scientists that will basically take their
extract it.
Extract it from them, make it into darts, and it'll make them weak to physical injuries.
Okay, and I think the next thing that was on their list was the Infinity Ray in Space Racer. Because I think that was a book that Nolan left behind for Mark to read.
Yes.
That was season 2, right? Where he's like, read my books. You know what I mean?
Yeah, before he got kidnapped. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, before he got his spine stepped on. But
yeah.
So they went to this, I think it was like an asteroid belt or something. And Nolan told Alan, because it was just Alan and Nolan or whatever, because the ship they were in Conehead, I think it was like purple or pink. The purple or pink Conehead captain was just like acting like an idiot for some reason. So they were like, yeah, we're going to stay out here. You guys can fly in, to the asteroid belt. Because he said that he buried Space Racer there like 100 years ago. Like, that's crazy. He buried him there for 100 years to get that Infinity Ray. So Alan and Nolan, Jay trying to level up. So Alan and Nolan are in like the deep recesses of one of the asteroids, and they actually see the Infinity Ray. And Alan was like, "Are you sure this guy is dead?" And Nolan was like, "No." Did he say I buried him alive, so he shouldn't be a threat or something like that?
Yeah, like he just hoped that he would just die out because he didn't want to risk killing him, and then the gun blows up. He didn't know if it had like a fail safe or anything on it, so he just hoped that he died naturally.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So when Nolan and Alan go to pick up the gun, I think the gun automatically like flies to the body of Space Racer, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it did.
So he's like, okay, he's still alive, basically, because the gun is still attached to him, attracted to him. So this gun was shooting through asteroids, the Infinity Ray. Every time he shot, you would see like a wide shot of the asteroid and just see a beam come out. I was like, oh my God, that would melt a Viltrumite. So basically, Space Racer is holding his own against Omni-Man and super buff Alan. And he had like that motorcycle that, like Lobo from a DC, like whistles and the motorcycle comes to him. So that's
he had a summoning motorcycle too. Yeah. He could summon anything, the gun and the motorcycle.
Okay, which is cool. He's like a Triclops too. He got like 3 eyes or whatever. So Speed, you want to take it from there?
Yeah, so they're held at gunpoint essentially, right? And Nolan does something that nobody else had ever seen or heard before from another Viltrumite, which was "I'm sorry," and that's crazy. And that got Space Racer. Yeah, like, is the Viltrumite actually apologizing? And that right there is what, even though like "I'm sorry" is only 2 words. It's who it's coming from, which made Space Racer stop, right?
Yeah.
And realize, okay, something's different happening here. And he's obviously, even though he is a Viltrumite, he's different than the other Viltrumites, just off that principle alone. Right?
And you know what, Speed? I think that's largely because of living with Debbie for 20 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because in season 2, like I don't remember which episode it is, but we see that Nolan is like dejected, flying through space by himself. You know he regrets everything he did. You know he regrets his mission. He regretted, calling Debbie a pet. I think that's one of the primary reasons why. When we did the trailer review and I paused it on that picture where her standing in the doorway and Nolan was like he about to go to the principal's office. He just feels so awful. Like that's why when he was like, I don't know how long he was flying for, but it was like a black hole there. I was like, he probably just wanted to go into the black hole and just die.
Yeah, he was. He was actually letting himself, if you rewatch the thing, he's letting himself go into the black hole until he saw the ship that was about to also crash into it and he saved them, which led him to the bug world. He was going to end himself. He was done. Yeah. He was drifting, just felt terrible about everything. And like you said, it was because of the Debbies. It like that Debbie stuff on top of it, because she showed him life in a different light.
Yeah.
She changes. And that's why also he said, I don't know, remember when he was locked up with Alan, he says, I think I miss my wife. So he was reflecting and saying like, dang, I really miss Debbie.
Yeah. I don't think it's about the whatever the cricket wife's name was. I know he meant Debbie, whatever.
Yeah, nah.
Right, because the fact that he would actually go to save them just shows, that there was legitimate heroism there. Because he could have just said, "All right, go in the black hole with me. I'll have company when I die." But so Space Racer decides. No, I don't think he makes a concrete decision as to whether or not he's going to help them in their cause. But I know he said he's going to think about it.
Yeah, he does. Later on, after the blue girl said he's going to meet up with Thetis. And then Thetis later on said that he's eager to join the fight, to join the struggle against evil, something like that. So basically, that's like, oh, okay, he said he's on standby. Just send him a call. Okay,
yeah, that was cool. And then they go to Battle Beast's home planet, and all these like lion people looking like the Thundercats and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and they was like, yeah, Battle Beast ain't here. They said go to where the conflict is and where it's the hottest. So no Battle Beast yet. Now, I'm going to be honest. I can only do Alan in small doses. Alan, portrayed by Seth Rogen. Because it's just constant, like, trying to be funny. Like, is that hipster kind of stuff? Like, I want to be your friend. Like, and sometimes, I'm not going to lie, fellas. Sometimes it's too much for me. I just like, Alan, just shut up and just stop talking and just get on point. Like, be about the mission. That's just how I feel about Alan. Like, I try to do him. It's almost like Deadpool. Like I get tired of Deadpool quickly too.
Yeah, you can only take that in small doses.
Yeah. So,
but he's pretty much like the comic relief of the series though. So that's pretty much
like
why he's like that.
Yeah, like every other scene, like you hear him and the blue girl like banging, and and you see Omni-Man. The first 2 times it was hilarious, and then you see like Omni-Man like trying to cover his ears, but he's a Viltrumite, so he has super duper hearing, so that's not helping at all. But they did the joke like 5 times. I'm like, fellas, okay, the first 2 times, come on now. And they're like making all this noise, and I felt like the ship's captain was comic relief enough because every time somebody would like walk through a hallway, like a panel would slide off, and when they went to like warp hyperspace speed or whatever, like they left all these like shafts behind, because stuff was like falling apart. So yeah, again, it doesn't take away from the episode. I'm just saying I need Alan in smaller doses.
I feel you. His comedy is a particular taste. For me, I don't really mind it too much. I was dying laughing with Alan parts. But I get it's not everybody's particular taste, like you said.
Yeah, if he had less dialogue, I think it would be better for me. But again, I don't dislike the character. I don't dislike the character. I just need less of him.
And I think because it was mainly about them two, it was more dialogue for him. But if there's more people in the scene, then I don't think they'll put him in the forefront as much. And do you have other people, having serious moments?
All right, so I got a question for you, brothers, before we finish.
Mhm.
I mean, before we finish reviewing the episode, who do you think the mole is in the coalition of planets?
Mm.
The mole. That's a good question.
It is. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
it would have to. I would assume it's one of the remaining 50, but as to who, I don't know. Definitely not Conquest.
I mean, no, a mole inside the coalition of planets.
Yeah. That's what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not. I don't think it was Peter Cullen's character, even though he was the betrayer.
I mean, my thing is, if it's not Peter Cullen, it got to be the blue girl.
I was about to say that, and that would be a crazy. Cause I'm really trying to think of and everything she's done to like give hints towards that.
I mean, like every time she was in the diner, Viltrumite showed up. When she was with Alan or whatever in season 2. I was like, wait. I was like, they're like, she's like sitting right by the window, and then 3 Viltrumites show up. I'm like, I don't know if that's a coincidence but if there's a spy, if there really is a mole and it's not Peter Cullen, it got to be Blue Girl.
Yeah, I mean, with the way this show has been going, I could definitely see a twist like that. I don't think it's. I don't think it's something as straightforward as just like is another Viltrumite. Probably, it probably is somebody out the box like her.
Yeah, it could be her. I'll go with that too.
All right, so now we get to my favorite part of the episode. The ship or whatever, they arrive at the planet of the Ragnars. Now, if you're a fan of the show Vikings, you know exactly where they got that.
Yeah.
So we learn from the books again that these creatures live in a very densely packed. I think it's a gravitational field that's densely packed.
Yeah, the gravity is very tough. Mm-hmm.
So in order to adapt to that gravity, like they have so much muscle. These dudes, they're so powerful. They can cannibalize Viltrumites. That's how powerful and that's how much of a problem these guys are. But all these noises on JN are crack.
Sorry, it was a bottle.
But anyway, just to show you how diabolical the Viltrumites are, they created a solar disk to block the freaking sun so that the world would just freeze over. Yo, I'm telling you, the Viltrumites are so nasty. Like, Speed, I had zero empathy when I saw those billions of dead Viltrumites. I can't stand these people. I can't stand them.
And I get you on that. I guess it'll just be seeing all those dead bodies because that does not look like it's also the children, bro. It's like that's everybody.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to it. To have so many bodies that it creates a ring around the planet is crazy.
I mean, that's a crazy visual. That is a crazy visual.
Yeah, like the fact that it got to that point and just like, freak, man. It's just, I don't know. Like, I get why people don't like. I know a lot of people don't like Viltrumites. You know what I mean? Because they've been conquering on it. But like I said, it just the fact that it was just the way they made that scene and the way they played it. To where you see their height of civilization just going down, just to smoke and just this dark plague and just them dumping bodies because there's nowhere else to freaking put them.
Mm-hmm.
With just a dark scene, it was very morbid. So
yes.
Like, dang.
It's like I said, it's quite the visual that the ring around the planet are dead bodies. Yeah. But so I don't know what the name of the Ragnar's planet is, but they said that they put the Viltrumites put a solar disk there to freeze the planet over. But there were 2 other planets that had civilizations on them, and they said we don't care what happened to those. So, I'm telling you, these people, the Scourge virus landed where it should have landed.
yeah, I agree.
Like the Viltrumites are a scourge, so it makes perfect sense that they would be the recipients of a scourge virus. Like these people are rotten. They're rotten.
Well, yeah. I get it. It's kind of like the same thing with Attack on Titan in a sense. You know what I mean? Like,
what do you mean?
Okay, Aaron, right? By Attack on Titan spoiler, by the way, if you haven't watched it.
Spoiler.
But you know, Aaron did what he had to do to ensure safety for his people. They stomp on the kids, the women, the children, all that stuff, right? To
Okay,
save
but that's
him and
different
his
though.
people.
That's different though.
Now it was just a sense that like he had to do what he had to do, right? It just had to get to this extent. And oh boy had to do what he had to do because he didn't want them to still conquer and torment other planets. It is the fact that it got this far when it didn't have to, is my whole thing.
And the funny thing is, like Theta said, he had no idea what happened. He said he just launched the virus and just didn't pay attention to the results of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, I wouldn't want to know the results either. If I just threw something down on the planet that could possibly kill everybody, I don't even want to know. Just nah.
I mean, because I'm like this, like, so if you just sent this extinction level virus, this pandemic or whatever, knowing the extent to which they could just devastate the population, it's like, why are you the leader of a coalition against Viltrumites? Like, wouldn't you have already thought that they were all gone? Like,
no. The coalition of planets didn't always exist. It wasn't always a thing.
I mean, didn't he start the coalition?
Yeah. After he heard they were still out. Is what I recall.
Okay, but he just didn't know what the death toll was on the actual planet.
Yeah. I don't think he thought it would be like only 50 left. I think he thought he'd probably take out like only 1 billion or something. But that's still a lot.
Yeah, I mean, normally genocide would be a terrible thing, but not when it's on Viltrum. Anyway, all right. So, Jay, you want to run us down of when they go to try to load up the frozen Ragnars?
Yeah. So they I forgot the reason they went there. I think they were trying to like capture one, so they could fight the other 50. That was the plan.
What was the exact plan, Speed?
Yeah. Their plan was to take some and use them in their fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they wanted to capture a few so they could use it on the remaining 50, so they didn't have to use another virus again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because thanks to Nolan, he kind of like talked Thetis down. So that was like a last call, last resort type of thing again.
Yeah, this dude had another vial, like
Yeah.
even though I'm glad the Viltrumites were like almost wiped out, like I know I couldn't create something that would devastate a planet.
Yeah. But yeah, they went down to the planet. They was about to get a couple, and then I forgot the guy's name, but he told him to like remove the solar disk that was blocking the sun.
Right, just to move it some.
Yeah. He said to move it. This guy blew it up.
He blew it up.
He's the strongest missile they had on that dang ship.
Oh my
One of the most
God.
powerful missiles he ever had in his life. It just launched it.
Yeah, and then the planet started like thawing out.
Yeah.
And then Omni-Man and
Alan.
Yeah, Alan. Alan and Omni-Man almost died. They were fighting all of the Ragnars that thawed out.
Yo, I love the attention to detail, Jay, because like there was no like big old spring whenever they tried to fly off. Like you could see the gravity holding them down. Like I thought that was a great attention to detail. And the Ragnars were like, okay, we can jump up there and grab you. Yank. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, where are you going? Get over here. So I appreciate like the way they treated these Ragnars as like they're almost worse than Viltrumites, but they're not evil.
Yeah.
They're just savages. Like they just they're beasts. That's all it is. Yeah. They just don't have the dialect. You know what I mean? But they're very similar, I think. They just can't fly.
Well,
but everything else is fair game.
Hey, with that gravity, if them things ever went to Earth, they could probably leap from one side of the planet to the other.
Hey, the girl said that she wants to go back. They're going to go back to get some. So I think they're going to be in that fight.
Hey, you know what my solution was? I was like, just try to chip out as many as you can, remote pilot a ship, and just dump them on Viltrum. Like crash the ship on Viltrum, autopilot, so nobody has to be worried about being eaten because these things can eat Viltrumites. And just say, all right, and there's only 50 Viltrumites. I mean, you
saw how Conquest lost his arm and eye. Yeah.
Oh yes. Now, what planet did the Viltrumites say they had to push? I don't remember like what exactly that was about. They said the Viltrumites literally had to push a planet. Was that the Ragnar planet?
No. That was one of the planet with it was another beast-like planet that they had intelligent creatures, Nolan said,
Yeah.
but they pushed it so the water can dry up and kill all the species.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
It was
it was the
those
planet
dinosaurs.
with that bug, right? Or that was
no,
something else.
no,
They were like
no, like
dinosaurs or
dinosaur,
something.
like yeah, yeah, they were like
Right.
dinosaur, like
So they unintentionally, well, I ain't gonna say unintentionally, but they committed genocide again
Yeah.
on another
yeah.
species. I'm telling you, they gotta go. Like
Yeah.
they have to go. My bad.
I mean,
Somebody's
yeah, they
calling
was
me.
wiping stuff out like crazy.
My parents only call me when I'm doing something. Anyway. All right, so let's begin to wrap this bad boy up. Speed, you want to wrap up the rest of the show for us?
Yeah.
Episode 2. I mean,
Yeah. So after that, they go back. Thetis talks about in his Optimus Prime voice, "I'm the one that created
I created it.
the Scourge virus." And the funny thing about it, Jay, I don't know if he called
Yeah.
it, but like the Scourge virus, and who Optimus had to fight in Rise of the Beast, his main name was Scourge.
Scourge.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just ironic.
No, they do that on
Really
purpose. They do that stuff on purpose.
They had to, bro. The Scourge virus and Peter call it tight. But yeah, so he reveals that he made it and stuff like that. Nolan's very upset because all these feelings are flushing back to him, right?
Right. His dad died.
Yeah, his parents, everybody,
His dad.
almost everybody.
His dad, Speed. His dad died. Let's not say
No,
his
he
parents.
wasn't just sad about.
He didn't care
Oh,
about his mom. No, I'm playing. I don't know.
Oh. And then all the other people on the planet that he had to load all their bodies and take out. So he sees that this one person is the main reason why most of his people have died. So that made him very upset. And then he made him promise to only use it as like a last resort. And they agree on it. He said, "I'll only use it if I see there's no other way to get rid of all the Viltrumites," right? So then Nolan walking away, Theta says, "What you doing?" He says, "I'm going to go get my son." And then boom, it basically ends with Conquest.
Right.
What did he do?
He arrived.
Conquest. Yeah, arrives at Grand Regent Thrag. You know, hey, bro, that just was crazy, job, man. Because you told me it's the same Conquest that came through look for a fade. The same guy that says, "I'm so lonely."
Yeah.
The one that was smiling and about to rip Oliver up. The same guy with a smile on his face.
Yep. The
He was
Negan
like
voice.
a puppy dog.
Negan. Yep.
He like a puppy dog when he went there into that throne room.
Yeah. Wasn't
got
Krager like get on your knees or something?
Yeah, on your knees, animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shoot, there are levels to this.
Hey.
So
All I know is Earth ain't surviving against Thrag and Conquest. I'm sorry. They're not
nah,
surviving.
Cecil, what the freak?
Yeah,
Cecil, come on.
that was all Cecil's fault. Trying to save a villain.
Hey, the only thing they can do is maybe steal some of the Flaxen's technology and just open a portal somewhere and just close it. like miss me, you know what I mean? Like something. Oh, one other tidbit I forgot. There was like another race that were a problem for Viltrumites, and they said something about only one is on Earth right now. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yes, they were like Tech Jacket, the one that was
Tech
on Earth,
Jacket, right?
Tech Jacket, yeah. And their people are very strong. They even had to hire. It was overwhelming the Viltrumites with the 50 they had, so they had to hire another group of aliens to try to take them out, and it still didn't work.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so
All right, so Speed, I'm gonna put you on the spotlight first. I probably already know both of y'all answers, but what is your grade for Invincible season 4 episode 2? I'll give you the grand tour.
I give it an A.
A?
Yeah.
All right. Jay.
Yeah. This episode was another A+ for me. This was my favorite though. If the first one was A+, it was probably like A++ for me. So I really enjoyed the twist of the backstory. That was a big thing for me.
All right, I'm gonna give this an A+. All right, Speed. Now I'll explain why. Even though I said I had issues with Alan the alien having too much screen time and too much dialogue, the way this episode was constructed, it's almost as if the series could have only been about Viltrum and the Resistance fighters. You didn't even need Earth in this episode. Like there was just so much epic things going on. Like the scale of this episode was like galactic. Like did they even mention Earth? Like
no,
unless Omni Man was saying something about him.
No, literally the only thing they mentioned it was when he said, "I'm gonna go get my son," and that was like the last line.
So like you could almost make a series off of this one episode. Like you could talk about the Resistance. You could show the backstory of the Betrayer, Thetis, or whatever, if that's his real name. How he killed Argol, the rise of Grand Regent Thrag, Kruger, like, and then Conquest, like return. Like it's almost like a self-contained episode. Like you didn't even need nothing about Earth or Mars in this episode. Like so, I'm with Jay. This is an A++. Even though I'm gonna give this an S. I'm sorry. This was an S tier.
S tier.
I feel you, bro.
I don't feel like I'm glazing. I don't feel like it's recency bias, but because of those reasons, the epic scale of this episode, like multiple genocides. Like you can make this could be a trilogy. This could be a trilogy of a movie. So this is an S tier episode for me.
Yeah, because it's season 4, and like we finally getting a deep dive into their backstory. Not like they rushed it. It was like a slow burn almost.
Yeah, this was S tier for me, and I am John Bapp of Philadelphia.
I'm Jada Gott from New York.
Queens, get the money.
Yep.
Go ahead, speak.
Speedster, Jersey,
by way of Georgia. But he's still one of the Tri-State boys. But we will get on you guys next week for Invincible season 4, episode 3. Heading your way. Coming soon. Peace.